Howdy there, nerds! So we're going to be starting with the stats for the new characters, but before we begin, I'm just going to include a few things. One, the music you're listening to right now is a Road Taken, Roar, from Fire Emblem Fates, and of course, also, we do need to give a shout out to our data miners. Links to everything for them is in the description, including, of course, their Discord, their links to things like Twitter, and of course, the data mining page where you can find out all sorts of interesting information about what's coming. So, as always, go check those out in case you haven't, because we have a lot to go through. So let's take a look-see, let's see where everyone lands, and we're also going to get a preview at some of the characters that, while we've seen them, we haven't seen their art in-game just yet. So if you're nervous about spoilers, I'm sorry, but we're diving in. Alright, so let's start off with this. Of course, special thanks to Zanuck, Kaz, Naz, there's all sorts of them, you know, over at Game Press, of course. But we're gonna be talking about, we're not too interested in their starting stats just yet. We want to go down here and take a look-see at what we have for their level 40 stats, shall we? Wow, okay, that's what I was expecting. I was wondering how well Hinoka would stack up, and she seems to be stacking up really well. That is 35 neutral speed. That, of course, does not include her weapon, nor boons or banes, and that was what I was wondering if they were going to be able to push that even further. She has decent resistance as well, and that's kind of the normal thing for a flying unit, I guess. Good attack as well, serviceable in that regard, and definitely something very, very strong. What a surprise. Her weapon's insanely strong, so that makes sense too. Holy crap, Shigure has a lot of speed. A lot. 37 is nothing to sneeze at all, and technically he can hit 40 if you happen to get a boon in that, so that's even better. 33 attack, decent. I mean, decent, good. Serviceable defense and res for the most part. Kana, wow, Kana has a lot of speed considering decent enough attack, good defenses, fairly good resistance, I mean decent I guess, and 40 HP is not bad at all. So, all in all, stat-wise these units aren't exactly game-breaking, outside of maybe Hinoka because of her weapon, but, you know, considering the fact that they are what they are, they're actually very strong considering, so that's a good look at these characters. Now next up, we're going to be talking about the other Kana that's coming, so we're going to go through that really slowly, and yes, their art is adorable, and even Kana gets a little tail. Male Kana, at least from what I've seen, his art later on gets a he gets a little tail when he uses his special attack. It's adorable. But anyways, you'll see that they're similar in some ways, but different as well. Kana, at least male Kana, has a little bit more attack, slightly less speed, a little bit less defense, and slightly more res. Same HP though. So all in all, it makes sense for them because, well, they're very similar. They're both little dragons, and honestly, I still think it's really cool that you're going to be able to get a GHB dragon for once, and his stat line looks pretty nice for what he has. So, I mean, he can make a decent dragon in case you don't want to spend any, you know, orbs on trying to summon for a dragon team. And Kana is going to be pretty interesting as well. Honestly, I'm not so sure, but hey, if you don't see what you want when it comes to this banner, or at least stat-wise, then you can easily, you know, pass it up. So, how about that last character, that one that we were looking at, that one that we were talking about above all else? I know a lot of you have been looking forward to, well, what we're about to just pull open because it's Kaze time, and there's his art. My goodness. Alright, so the one thing to note here is, he has a really high speed, okay-ish attack, decent HP, really strong resistance, and a lot of defense. But before we begin with what we have, I know a lot of you are wondering what exactly his skill set will include, so I'm just going to include, of course, what has been shown in the weapons. That is his weapon right there, the Barbed Shuriken. As you can see, it accelerates special cooldown trigger, and of course it also inflicts defense and res -7 on targets within 2 spaces, so, as well as the target. You know, typical thing, but at least it is a killer weapon variant, and probably, hopefully, accessible to a lot of people. This is actually pretty nice. He's a really decent dagger unit, and I'm actually kind of surprised. Outside of that, of course, we have a lot more to talk about when it comes to his abilities, because, well, oh man. let me just say. He also has, of course, Iceberg, Poison Strike, and Attack Smoke, in case you're wanting to know. He's pretty speedy, he has a decent weapon, and yes, I'm well aware that Barb Shuriken is covering up Kana. Kana? Yeah, so, anyways, that's pretty much all you have to really talk about when it comes to all of this. I'm just gonna move Barb Shuriken around a bit. You know what, I'm trying to find a place that won't cover up, you know what, just go there. Anyways, all in all, pretty decent. I'm not too frustrated with trying to roll for this one, and they seem to be decent units. I'm really hoping to see what both Kanas can bring to the table, especially the one that you can actually summon here, the green one, the female Kana, and I'm really hoping they'll make a really bad joke about that dragon language that they had, because it's Dragon for I love you, but all I feel like doing is puking. So, that's a good one. But either way, check out the description, guys. Go and see all of the lovely content that the data miners have found, and tell me what you think of everything here in the comments below. And go send some love to the data miners, as always. Anyways, catch you nerds later. See you soon. We're gonna be summoning.